look?
Beautiful.
Oh, thank you.
Okay, we good?
I think so.
Hi guys, I'm Callie.
And I'm Cole.
And welcome back to another episode of Doodie Calls.
Episode 2.
2.
All right.
What are we doing here today?
Well, we've got Christmas coming up. Thanksgiving just happened last week, so we've got Christmas coming up. I thought it would be a good time to talk about holidays. If you have a lot of family, friends over celebrating Christmas, or any time really, but Christmas people tend to have a lot of people over. So
Yep, holidays in full swing.
yes. So yeah, just talking about how doing that, things to do to prepare your septic system. Also, just our recommendations, how it can affect the septic system's operations. So, yeah, that was what I was thinking. What do you think?
I think you're on the right track.
All right. So, really, I guess to start it off, septic systems have a designed maximum capacity in terms of daily flow. They're designed to they're only able to treat a certain volume of wastewater. Generally speaking, it's a system is sized, at least new construction systems or replacement systems are sized based on an estimate and averages. And the estimate is that there's going to be 2 people per bedroom in the house, and that each person is going to use at least up to 75 gallons of water per day. So you're looking at 150 gallons of water of flow per bedroom, and you want to retain a 24-hour retention time in the septic tank, and so they're going to double the size of the tank to your daily flow, but then the field's just going to be sized based on the soils and the soil condition and everything. The field will be sized based on that 1 times daily flow. So if you have more people in the household, or if you are using more water, whether it's laundry, dishes, what else? Showers, toilet flushes, etc. If you use more than that 150 gallons per bedroom in a given 24-hour time period, you do run the risk of overloading the septic system. And it may be slightly less than that 150 gallons per bedroom too, depending on the age of the system and your soil conditions and whether the system's been serviced recently and all those kinds of things. So, do you have anything else? Am I missing something?
No, I don't think so.
Okay.
I guess to really get into it, I know growing up with a house that had a septic system, I know I was constantly hounded about not taking too long in my showers. My parents also said, we need to space our water usage out. So when it comes to laundry or comes to dishes or taking long showers, could you go into that a little more on what you could do to space it out?
What were you told? Space them out?
Well, stop taking long showers, really.
Yeah.
Or at least not do all of my laundry all at one time.
Sure.
Especially if I know I had dishes to do or something like that.
Yeah, and I'd say your parents are on the right track. That's a really good recommendation. It's something we preach a lot when we're on site, when people have questions, things like that. But you want to space out your water usage over the whole day or a week-long period. We wouldn't recommend showering, taking 2 or 3 showers, depending on how many people you've got in the house, at the same time running a load of laundry and also doing the dishes all at the same time. That surge flow can cause problems with the septic system. It won't always cause problems inside the house.
Neat.
Excuse us. It won't always cause problems inside the house, but it could cause problems with surfacing effluent if the field's not working correctly. There's a lot of things that could happen, but I would really say that, just spacing it out over a larger period of time would be better.
I can't remember specifically, it's been a while, if we had a garbage disposal or not.
Yeah.
I really can't remember, but what would you suggest with that?
We generally recommend not to use a garbage disposal if you have one. You don't want to put food waste down a drain or into a septic system regardless. I do know that systems, if they're adequately sized and they have a garbage disposal, they typically have a tank that's about 50% larger than what the minimum required would be based on the bedrooms, because that the food particles and the use of a garbage disposal, the food particles don't break down the same in an anaerobic environment like a septic tank as compared to like human waste and things like that. So it adds a lot more volume, a lot more sediment to the tank, and those solids can be suspended for a longer period of time, and then they can get into the drain field. So it can cause a host of problems. In addition to that, food waste contains fog, fats, oils, and greases, and those are things you do not want down the drain. You do not want those in the septic system at all. And it's especially important to remind people of that, in my opinion, around the holiday season, because they may not be the only ones doing laundry, or not doing laundry, doing dishes.
Right.
I was thinking of laundry. Doing the dishes, things like that, or, if they have 20, 30 people over at their house, people may be used to scraping food into the sink. We really encourage that to go into the trash can instead, or do something else with it, not put it into the sink that can go into the septic system.
I know, like you mentioned, people might not be, or guests might not be used to having to think of these things. I did see a couple of signs to have that conversation of like what's safe to put down the drains, what's not safe to put down the drains.
It would be a little awkward if you had like a little brief orientation every time somebody came over. Hey, don't flush this.
I did. You mentioned even there was like, especially with Christmas being right around the corner, there was like a naughty and nice list. For their.
Instead of saying what to flush, what not to flush, you could really play into the holiday spirit with like a naughty and nice list for what can go down the drain and what shouldn't.
Yeah, you don't have to have the conversation, but at least this way you can definitely help eliminate some of those things.
Bathroom area.
Have a little fun with it.
Sticking to food, food waste in general, we don't recommend going down the drain. Coffee grounds, I know some people wash their coffee. I used to do that actually before I realized that it isn't something that you're supposed to do. Coffee grounds, food waste of any kind. In the bathroom, wipes, even if they say flushable.
Don't do that.
No, do not put wipes down the drain. They say flushable, and flushable, they'll flush. Like, they're not incorrect by marking them flushable. They will flush, but they will not break down like toilet paper or, something designed for a septic system. And even if they say septic safe, they're not septic safe.
I wouldn't recommend it.
Don't flush wipes. If you use them, they need to go in the trash can. Don't flush wipes. Paper towels. What else? Floss.
Feminine products. Don't do that. Don't do that either.
No. Cotton balls. What else have we seen? Trying to think.
We've seen a lot.
We do see a lot. Yes.
I mean, I can
children's toys. Not saying that parents are flushing those down the drain, but I would. We've seen those. We actually saw, and I remember this.
Okay.
Because it clogged the hose when we were pumping a tank. We saw one of those large like yard plastic or the candy ones that you get at the store, plastic candy canes. We saw the red end of it, the curved end.
Okay.
We did see one of those in a tank. Whether it just got put in the tank from outside or if it made it down a drain, I don't know, but I do remember seeing one of those. I thought that was interesting. But anyways, really just stick with toilet paper and human waste from a toilet. That's really the main thing.
I mean, I can either put on the screen or put in the description.
Down below.
Septic safe or like it's okay, it's not
That's
okay.
That's probably going to be a whole
like
nother
that.
video, honestly.
It could be, but at least
talk about that
a nice little reminder for holidays coming up.
Yes.
But it could be its own video, I'm sure.
Yeah. Another thing, don't run. Like, if you're hosting and you're going to have people staying at your house, like, overnight or for a couple days or even a week or something, we generally recommend not running water or not running, like, your laundry or having all your dishes done prior to the event. And then if you have people staying with you, try and space out their laundry usage with all the other water usage. The other thing would be, if you have 4 or 5, 6 people in the house and there's typically only like 2 or 3, don't have everybody take showers at the same time. Right. That would be another thing. Don't have 3 showers or 2 showers going at the same time, or take 4 showers or 5 showers right back to back. You might try and stagger those over, a longer period in the morning, or a couple in the morning, a couple in the evening, that sort of thing. That would be big. And then we wouldn't recommend running like your dishwasher during the same time that you're showering or doing laundry. Really just, if you can, stagger water usage as much as possible, especially if you're going to have an increased volume of water being used. That's really the biggest thing in terms of that. So.
Another really helpful thing, get your septic tank serviced, especially if you're going to have more people. I think it'll just be
and if you haven't had it done, we're always going to recommend having your system serviced every 3 to 5 years. That's yes, it's what we do, but we also see every day the reason why you should do it. So it's not just us trying to sell people on, you need to have your tank pumped.
You just definitely don't want it backing up when all your family's over.
That's the biggest thing. I was going to say, because we get those calls morning, noon, night, 2 o'clock in the morning. We get calls from people that they're backing up, or over holiday weekends and things like that. Especially. Yeah. So, if it hasn't been done in 3 to 5 years, that would always be a recommendation. It's never necessarily a bad time to do it. But if you are going to have an increased number of people in the house or use a lot more water, or if you think, if things have been draining a little bit differently, or if you're hearing some weird noises or occasionally getting some weird odors,
things are slowing down.
It's gurgling or slowing down. Those are all some common signs that we see, and typically we get those weeks before the tank actually stops, like your toilet stops flushing and the tank backs up. Typically those happen weeks before.
That could be another video on its own. Talking about those warning signs before the backup actually happens.
Another thing. Just thinking about it. Another thing is. Some people have limited parking space, and so they park in the yard. Make sure that if you are having people park in the yard, or if you have to move things like campers, trailers, tractors, lawn equipment, things like that, don't park those over any part of the septic system. You don't want the heavy vehicles. You don't want really anything but grass growing or sitting on top of the system for very long. That can also cause problems with cracking your tank, or your plumbing lines, collapsing your lateral lines. A lot of things could happen. We'd always recommend not to park or drive over any part of the system. So, anything else? What else are we missing? I think there's. Is there more?
I think we kind of really hit it, at least.
Yep.
At least for...
If anybody does have any questions, feel free to give us a call, reach out. There's quite a bit of information on Google, on the internet.
Comment down below, give us a call, shoot us an email, anything like that.
Sure.
We're definitely more than happy to answer those questions for you.
Answer the questions, schedule service. So that was pretty quick.
I think so.
It felt quick. I talk fast though, so. All right. What is next? Do we have? I know we've talked about. We got a lot upcoming.
Yeah, we have a lot upcoming. We have a bunch of ideas to get out there. We could switch up the gears a little bit. Talk about
toilets
next week.
Okay. Probably do that.
If you'd want to, we could tell that really fun story about Woodstock.
Yes. All right.
We could get that out there.
Okay.
I think.
Sounds good to me. So I'll do some research. We'll get that information and get this one published and start working on the next one and go from there. Well, thank you for everybody for tuning in. Hope this was informational. Like we said, if you have any questions, comments.
Sorry.
You okay?
No, I was dying this week.
All right.
Sorry.
So if you have any questions or anything, feel free to leave us a comment. Give us a call, email. However, we're pretty easy to get a hold of. So leave them down below. Thank you.
Thank you.